Well,
Hello there.
We're here, yeah.
We're back.
On Sounding Out with Jah-Sol.
Jah-Sol. That's me. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming out.
coming.
Where are you coming from today?
I'm coming from Gowanus, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Long ways away. But I'm happy I made it here.
I don't know why I try when you won't use me. I don't know why I cry when you won't soothe me. I need to find out why I feel so useless. I'll run, but I can't hide from feeling human.
Do you have like an early songwriting experience that kind of stood out to you that you might have learned a lot from?
Well, when I first started writing songs, I'd say the first one, it was because my parents grounded me and I was upset. So I wrote a song that was kind of like, screw you guys. I'm going to just chill out in my room and never, whatever. Anyways.
Awesome.
And so I almost feel like that never left. Like it's even in like, once I got to middle school and things, it was more of just me. That's when I really sat down and I was writing things on the guitar, and they were love songs sometimes, but more of just like, I'd sit there and I'd be able to feel things by myself, and I don't know, I've never been good at articulating those things to people or even wanting to talk about it. So being able to do that and just like turn all my lights off and experience what I'm feeling alone in my room was really important for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like that's like the whole essence of music, right? It's like
Yeah.
just conveying those unconveyable.
How does it feel to you, because you're saying, you don't really want to convey those things publicly, but you are through your music. I know your music's public, and now people are listening to it and you're performing. So how does that make you feel?
It feels awesome. It's also very vulnerable, which feels awkward.
Yeah.
It feels very awkward. It's good. I love it. And I like mostly that I can like share a little piece of myself, and I can see people kind of relate to it and recognize themselves in a little bit of what I do. So that feels good. It's hard when, I don't know, maybe not everybody does.
Well, do you think when you talk to your peers or just anybody, I guess on my end too, it's like, do you think people are comfortable with the vulnerability? You think that helps?
I think it helps you write the music. I think it makes it harder to market it.
Yeah.
Because you're like the more emotional whatever you have in it, you're like, I want this to drop right. I want this to come out perfect, and nothing ever comes out perfect. So, being able to let go of something that you've really kind of taken from that vulnerable place is a challenge.
Well, did you like what was it like getting the first song out publicly?
My first song that I ever released it wasn't a solo drop, which helped me.
Yeah.
I remember I went into middle school that morning, and it was like, I don't think we did any singles. It was like my band.
Yeah.
It was a little EP we did called Standing Over There. And we went into a big studio with one of my good friends, Oliver Strauss, and he produced the whole EP for us, which was really nice. We were a big group back then. We had like congas and a 3-piece horn section, and
That's sick.
we were trying to do a lot for middle schoolers.
I was about to say, this was when you were in middle school?
Yeah.
You did this in middle school?
So it had moments where it was really, really tight and really, really well done. It had some moments of, messiness. But overall, coming in that first morning to homeroom and having my teacher like play my song was like kind of an overwhelming feeling of like, whoa, all of my classmates kind of know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess I hadn't really put together that they didn't really know anything about who I was outside of school.
Did that evolve over time? Because that's a very unique experience. I guess having something that you really got to record and spend time making be released in public when you were that young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that change?
Well, I love it because I could still look back on it now. I don't think you learn much more than when you play in front of people and when you put things out.
Mm-hmm.
Because kind of like when you put things out, you get like a weird like third person, like I could almost listen to it and put my phone down and pretend like I'm listening to somebody else's music. So all those little things, I'm like, I should have done that. Oh, that would have been so much better if you had just, if I had onlys come out all the time. And I learned so much from them, especially once I started making albums from my bedroom. It was really like a try and fail type thing. I don't know. There's a better phrase for that.
No.
But
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just trial and error.
trial and error. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of my broken. She came in with the feeling, yeah, and I wonder if it's okay if I could just hang around. It's all about the foreplay. Stop staring at the ceiling, yeah, and said, baby, can you forget? So you could prepare yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, like with this recent project, you said that you had asked some friends to perform some stuff you had written. So, like, did you have them come to like your setup at home, or kind of like record separately, or?
So I went to them for the most part. I did 3 songs I did in New York. My friend has like a little studio basement. My friend Carter, who's also the drummer of my band Control the Sound.
Oh, was that your OG band, or?
That's the OG
Yeah.
band
Hey.
that released a project in middle school, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other 7 songs, we did the drums in like some of the Berkeley studios,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
which was also really interesting. I got to like hear what it sounds like really crisp and professional, and then I got to hear our little like DIY setup and put them back to back and like, figure out how to make that work on one project.
Yeah. Now, so you went to Berkeley.
Mhm.
So you went to school for music. You've been playing and releasing since middle school.
Yep.
Do you feel like there's something that you've learned through that time, like being so young but being in this space for so long?
I've learned a lot about how hard it is to keep going. It's not an easy industry to be in at all. But it's also one of those where like if you do push and you keep pushing, you look back and you're like, oh, I'm better for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see yourself get stronger as things get harder. Yeah.
Well, do you think things always continue to get more difficult? Like, what are those difficulties?
I don't think they always continue to get more difficult, but I will say, like, you know, after writing 115 songs, making that 116th feel different or special in that way that it did when I was alone in middle school crying in my fucking room, like, I don't know, it definitely changed the way I look at what I'm writing, what ideas I keep and what I don't. I've definitely become more open to social media,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Those were really, they're still things I battle with and struggle with today, but I'm better for having put myself out there a little bit.
How like recent was that development?
It's ongoing. It's a
Yeah.
long and winding road.
But like, was there like a decision where, you know, like being like more of a singer-songwriter that, you know, then you decided to be like, okay, like I'm gonna market myself more on social media, like, you know, or just kind of like
Yeah.
a gradual, like,
Yeah.
almost peer pressure thing?
Well, when you drop something and you're like, wow, no one listened to that. You're like, all right, maybe I'll change my direction a little bit.
Well, how do you kind of mix the notion of it feeling like it's a job, but still having that, I guess, childlike care?
It's a mess. you have to be very serious about it and also very lighthearted about it at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
it's part of why I like producing my own stuff is because like I can have that level of scrutiny, but also you play music, right? It's not like working, whatever. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feel fun. And so I've just known a lot of artists where it's like the stresses of the industry kind of take that fun out of it. And so being aware of that and like trying to keep that alive is really important.
Well, what have been your methods of not letting that stress take the fun away?
Always finding something new, trying to explore. I listen a lot. I listen to a lot of different things, I'd say.
Do you find like working with other people and kind of getting out of your own creative space has helped you?
It has. It has. In ways where, like, you know, at the same time, whereas I was saying, like, you give someone your idea and they go, like, left field in a way that you didn't think. Sometimes that's awesome. Sometimes that's the same, I didn't expect it, as, like, I'm writing down all these notes after my album because it doesn't feel like my album anymore because I released it. Now it's your album. I get that same, like, I can kind of write down notes on, like, oh, you did this, and that's what makes this song work, in ways that I wouldn't have thought about doing. So I think collaboration is really important, but it's hard to keep yourself going out there and doing it. It's almost like going on a date. Like, you're like, I don't know what to
A little bit,
wear.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of like...
Well, no, yeah, because it is like hard to be like vulnerable like that, you know, like opening yourself up, you know, like with your creative process, you know, like
Yeah.
like you were talking about in your room, like being creative is a very intimate process, and collaborating can be very beautiful, you
It
know,
can.
but sometimes it can bring out our worst sides too. So.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, you know, I put all this work into this thing and they just hate it. That's, you know,
Do
that
you have
happens too.
Yeah.
Do you have a basis or some sort of network where it's like when you feel ready that something is in a good place, that these are the people you're showing it to? These are the people who kind of get the first look? Or does that not exist?
I have a lot of friends that are musicians. I'd say most of my friends are musicians. So I play them a lot of my stuff, especially just like fresh out of my room. It sounds like crap still.
So baby, can you forget? So you can prepare yourself. Oh, oh Lord, I can't stop moving on. I can't tell what is wrong. I don't know. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Well, like, do you feel that that's imperative to your process? Like, you know, like locking, well, not like locking yourself in your room, but spending a lot of time with the craft. Because that, I always find that, like, you know, paradox interesting. But, like, you know, being able to say something meaningful and, like, doing that process has to come from something else first in a way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So I
it's
just don't know
not-
if there's something that, you know, has kind of, like, touched you like that.
I think it's more of just like trying to find things that I find inspiring within my own life, whether that's, I don't know, I try to focus on little phrases. I have like a little notebook thing where I just write random shit down. Never use it. I don't think I've ever looked in it once to write a song, but like the act of doing that kind of helps me make ideas.
I wonder if you went through it now, if you'd find phrases that you've actually used, but just haven't realized.
I think it's more of like ideas, like concepts of like, oh, this is kind of like a funny sentence, or like, this is a weird way to say this phrase, that kind of just go into the way that I write in general. Like, I wouldn't say that not all of them. Some of them have made it in there.
Well, it's more like the process of doing it. Because I feel like Eminem or some rapper had that kind of thing. They just write everything down, but it's more about when you get to the mic, you know, like you kind of train your brain to think that way. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. It's helpful to write in other spaces. I do a lot in my room, so it's, you know, I'm always surrounded by the same shit. If I'm on the train or going somewhere, usually helps me feel like I have some more momentum to whatever I'm writing. There's a little bit more purpose there. Going somewhere, I'm doing things, even if I'm just looking around.
So when you strip down these songs and you're playing just yourself, like acoustic guitar,
Mhm.
is there a different feeling that you're having? Like, where does the emotionality of the song lie?
I think my focus just switches a little bit more from like it's a little bit more about giving a I don't want to say convincing performance, but a convincing performance to like sometimes it feels very rehearsed when you're up there and it feels like we're just going through the motions. I say these things, I know what I'm going to say. I know it definitely feels a little bit I hate to keep using this word vulnerable. And it's freeing at the same time where I can do more, I can make changes, and I can get more things wrong because it's just me, and I can just kind of roll with things and how they end up. It's easier and harder. I don't know. I don't make a lot of music that is just for acoustic anymore, but I really like taking some of these produced tracks that I have and seeing what they sound like acoustic, because it's always very different. But the ones that work and the ones that don't are kind of like tell me I'm like going in the right direction. Songwriting here, maybe these parts could be a little bit stronger. I think it might have been a Prince quote. I'm not sure. It was like, if you can't take your song on the acoustic, it's probably not that great of a song.
And like, do you do that exercise a lot? Like trying to play your songs acoustically?
Yes and no. I've been doing it more. And I've also been trying to use that to like get better at piano. A lot of it is about just setting these goals. Like being comfortable not hiding behind a drum kit or, going through said motions. You can't lean on those other people as much. You have to be very confident in what you want to do.
'Cause you won't use them. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whenever I'm alone, I can't forget. She's calling on the phone, upset. She thinks she loves me better than I love her. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whenever I'm alone, I can't forget. She's calling on the phone, still upset.
Is there any specific part of your life that made you feel like you had to do this?
There's a calm that comes with doing something that is quite nerve-wracking. I used to say playing guitar, but I think it's just being a musician is making things that that are uncomfortable look super comfortable. And so it's not always like, I'm hitting the easiest note or this guitar position is killing me, but looking like it's not is half the battle. People don't really care. That was another thing that, it's hard to make people care about what you're doing. Even if you do, getting people to like even take the time to sit down and like listen to it, even when you're sitting right there, being like, listen to this, it's hard to get things to click.
For sure. I know. It's like, when I was in orchestra, I did not listen to classical music, and I hated that shit. And I just wanted to play rock music. But then, now I listen to Chopin and all, some of the orchestra shit. Oh, some of the orchestra shit I used to play.
Absolutely. And, you find all these artists that, like, do make rock music, but, like, they approach it from, like, this weird classical stance of, like, I just, like, work with textures and stuff. Like I said, I think a lot of it is just about appreciating it, trying to appreciate what you're doing, and try to find more to love.
Yeah, even pulling inspiration from things that aren't necessarily what you're creating.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a big film guy as well, and I know like that director Christopher Nolan, like one of his favorite movies is like Talladega Nights or something. It's like this comedy that's so opposite of like what he makes, but it's cool to see, like appreciating the art form
where can people find you?
I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Music, I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube.
All under the same handle?
All under Jah-Sol. I have 2 albums out right now. So I think that's what I'm going to play. I'm going to play one from each today for you guys. And I don't know, you could tell me which one you like more. But
Sick.
they were both released at 2 very different times in my life. I made a lot of the first one during COVID, and it was almost like a little bit more electronica. I was super into like Portishead at the time, so I was like playing viola in the orchestra, and they had in 1998 my favorite record of all time, one of them at least. They did a live recording at Roseland in New York City, and they did it with like a 80-piece orchestra, and they have like a DJ back there, and they got rock guitar going on with the drums, and it's one of the biggest productions I think I've ever heard, but it doesn't like sound like there's a million things going on. It's not like complicated. It's really simple music. I don't want to say simple music because it's all about like the textures and things, and it's they worked on it hard, obviously, but you know, it's just not what I would expect out of a band playing with so many pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Something that was very influential to me. And it's like a bit of a darker album. And so I think that kind of worked its way into my first project. And then I got super into like funk and like, I mean, like I liked funk before that, but like I'm a head now. I'm a funk head now. So, you know, that's kind of where the next album went a little bit. You know, there's still parts, but I was a lot happier making some lighthearted music.
You always need that sometimes.
Definitely. Yeah. It's something I think about more often than I wish I did. But not really. Like I like having both, and I think that's really important.
Well, yeah, you don't feel one emotion, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
She gets whenever I'm alone, I can't forget. She's calling on the phone, upset. She thinks she loves me better than I love her. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whenever I'm alone, I can't forget. She's calling on the phone, upset. She thinks she loves me better than I love her. Whatever she wants, she gets. Whenever I'm alone, I can't forget. She's calling on the phone, upset. She thinks she loves me better than I love her.